Hi everybody, it's Nichelle here again with Birth You Hoover. Here at Birth You Hoover, I am a full spectrum plant-based holistic doula and an advocate for all things safe, natural, and effective. Here on this channel, we discuss all things pregnancy, birth, and womb health related. So if you guys like the content and you like what you hear on the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Please be advised that all of this information is strictly used for educational purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice. But let's get right into the topic. The topic is going to be about how to address preeclampsia or how to avoid preeclampsia in pregnancy. I was asked a question by a young lady who wanted to know if she was at high risk for preeclampsia, what could she do to avoid it, or how could she deal with it during her pregnancy process. So, the first thing I'm always going to say is address the health of our bodies. But let's just talk about preeclampsia real quick. Preeclampsia is usually characterized by high blood pressure, protein in the urine, um, and is often associated with the blood pressure issues. But it's a lot more than that. So, the largest detriment for preeclampsia is organ failure, and most of the time, those organs that are suffering in this, um, ailment is the liver and the kidneys. Um, so when we're looking at preeclampsia, we have to look at the blood pressure. We have to look at a lot of protein collecting in the urine, and we also have to look at how the organs is dealing with um, this process. So the best way we can ensure that we are not running into preeclampsia and not running into organ problems is to nourish our bodies from the beginning. I know in a lot of my videos before I talked about nutrition in pregnancy. And I talk about, as soon as you get pregnant, you just start eating well. You just start, looking at what you're drinking, looking at everything that you're putting in your body, what you're using, the products, the chemicals, all of those different things. But honestly speaking, it really goes deeper than that. It goes into the health of our bodies before we even get pregnant. So in preeclampsia, we want to avoid things like salt, especially table salt. It's horrible. It has no nutritional value. It's no good for the body. It's going to not only dehydrate you, but it's going to retain fluid. It's going to just cause so many issues with your blood and how you filter hormones and things through your body and all of that stuff. So what we don't want to do is have salt, but we can have real high quality sea salt, but still we want to limit it as much as possible, especially if you are high risk for preeclampsia. You don't want to be eating celery. Celery is so high in sodium and it causes edema, and it's no good for the blood pressure. You also don't want to be having any sugars of any sort. Um, you don't want to have any processed foods. Processed foods are usually very high in sodium, and it's harmful to the organs. It's also harmful for your blood pressure. You want to increase your water intake, your fluid intake, with high quality, good water, clean water. Um, you can incorporate things like cucumbers with seeds in them. Make sure they have seeds in them, not seedless cucumbers. Please make sure your cucumbers have seeds in them. But you can incorporate cucumbers as they help regulate blood pressure. And you can incorporate basil. Put it in your soups. Put it in your, infuse it in your waters. Um, Put it in your meals. It's so many different ways that you can use basil. It's a very versatile herb. It's a very nourishing herb. It's not. I'm not saying go crazy with it and sprinkle as if you were cooking as a normal way. It's no reason if you're gonna have a tea, you want 1 teaspoon of herb versus 8 to 10 ounces of water. So definitely not going crazy with any herb during your pregnancy. Definitely need to consult an herbalist, get more information. And I do have that background, but I don't really go too deep on this channel. But you can incorporate those kind of things, and just eat a healthier diet. Just eat more whole foods. Eat more foods that you have to cook. Eat more raw fruit, raw vegetables, because it's really important to get those minerals and vitamins into your body so that your body is functioning properly. I know for uh liver and kidneys, we can we can increase our the strength of these organs by simply having dandelion tea, having and this is before pregnancy, but burdock root, nettles, not during pregnancy, but before pregnancy. You can strengthen your organs with those herbs, regular use, but not super long term, but regular use. But there's just so much that goes into uh, complications when we're talking about pregnancy. A lot of the complications come from the fact that our babies have to take from us. They have to take everything from our bodies. The placenta is going to pull from you. It does not care whether you are malnutritioned or not. It is going to take all that it can to ensure the health and safety of your baby, but then that is going to leave you depleted, which is going to then make the baby unsafe anyway, because now you are left with all of these issues and you're having to birth a child um, in a way that could just cause so many other complications. So preeclampsia is not something that you have to uh, deal with. It's something that you can heal from. You can change it around. You don't just because you are diagnosed with preeclampsia symptoms or even preeclampsia does not mean that the rest of your pregnancy has to be that way. You can definitely change your diet, change your eating habits, incorporate foods and herbs, and more holistic ways of, see a chiropractor, see a nutritionist, see, talk to other people who've dealt with it. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to take medication. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a C-section. It doesn't mean any of that stuff. It just simply means that you have to pay more attention to what your body is asking you to do. This is why we need doulas. This is why we need herbalists. This is why we need nutritionists. This is why we need people who are informed about these things so that we are not left without the guidance necessary to move forward um, in a way that is more comfortable for us. Like, you're constantly having to go to appointment after appointment to get this checked, to get that checked. And most of that stuff is it's such a simple fix. It's such a simple fix. Pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to what you're eating. Pay attention to what you're using. Pay attention to what's going on in your house. Pay attention to your stress levels, because that's important. It's so much that just can simply, take a yoga class. Um, it's just so much that we can do on such a simple level that can alleviate a lot of these things that aren't conditions that we must live with or that are incurable. It's a matter of deciding. It's a matter of saying that I deserve this. My baby deserves this. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to do it because I know I haven't been eating right. I know I haven't been living right. I know I haven't been doing right for my body. So let me try it this way. And then if you've exhausted all of your options and you still are having complications, you're still having problems, then yes, seek, medical help. But it's not always just go right into taking a pill or go right into getting, whatever interventions just because someone has deemed you ill. So that's my take on preeclampsia during pregnancy. And I just wanted to drop a few tips on how we can address it. Um, if you guys need more additional information, or you wanted to talk me to talk about a topic that you haven't heard here yet, please be sure to contact me via birthyouhoover@gmail.com. Again, thank you all for coming in and tuning in. I enjoy just conversing with all of you, and thank you for the views and the likes and shares. And I'll see you for the next video. Peace and pregnancy, Des.